Have you ever struggled with eczema herpeticum, or do you know anyone who has? Maybe you've even heard a lot of people talking about it in the community, and you just want to be prepared to make sure that if you ever catch it, you are well informed on what it is and how to treat it as well. I'm going to give you some tips on what it is, what causes it, how you can treat it, and some natural remedies that you can use as well. So I hope that it can help you. So first of all, what is eczema herpeticum? Eczema herpeticum is a type of viral infection, and it actually belongs to the same family as the herpes simplex virus. So you can find the same virus in symptoms like shingles or even cold sores. So when you see those, you know that it's part of the same family. And when does eczema herpeticum happen? So not everyone who gets eczema will get herpeticum. It's a viral infection, and there are certain times when people are more susceptible to it. 2 times in particular are when, number 1, people have lower immunity, and number 2, people have less sleep and more stress as well. So what I've seen is that when people tend to go through a lot of flare-ups, or they're having a severe flare-up, that can be when they're also more prone to it, because I've seen times when people have seen their skin heal. I've also seen them get less and less herpeticum over time, and that has personally happened to me as well. So what symptoms does eczema herpeticum show? Usually it presents itself in the form of tiny clusters of blisters. They spread incredibly fast. So try not to touch it with your hands. Make sure that you're washing your hands very carefully. They can also show up on your face and your neck usually, which is the most common place it shows up. But I have also seen other people who have gotten it on their body before. The risky part of having eczema herpeticum is that it can actually get into your eyes. It can actually go into your organs as well and cause organ failure for more severe cases. But that's a lot more severe, and I know a lot of people have gone through herpeticum and they have been okay. There have also been times when people have been hospitalized because of it, and it's definitely been very tough. So if this is you, or you know someone who has personally gone through it, you know that it's not easy to go through herpeticum. And for those who have gone through it, you are incredibly brave, because it is not easy. It's extremely itchy. It's uncomfortable. It can be painful as well. I remember the first time I got mine was during pregnancy, and it was on the right side of my face. And within a day or 2, it just quickly spread all the way to the left side. It was little clusters and bumps, and I felt like I started to look like a monster because of how quickly it spread and all these bumps. And I went to so many doctors and they didn't know what it was. So it's easy to get misdiagnosed with it. I got misdiagnosed with folliculitis. Another one said that I had an allergic reaction to something, or either a cream that I used. I remember another time, one other doctor said that it looked like I just had pimples. And so I told her that it's not pimples. I know this is herpeticum. And so she actually did a swab, and it took about a week to come back, which was kind of a long time, but at least we got the results. And she confirmed that it actually was part of the herpes simplex virus. And so she told me that I was right, that it was the herpeticum. So I just want to share with you that it can be easy to get misdiagnosed with it. I remember going to my family doctor when I have had it several times, and they said that they were not an expert at treating it. And I remember asking them for the topical medications for it, because it's helped me in the past. And they said that they were not experts at it, but they would give me it. But they advised me to see a dermatologist. And when I saw a dermatologist, they knew right away what it was. So if you're able to get the chance to go straight to a dermatologist, they can quickly diagnose what it is and help you out with your case. I've also had herpeticum get really, really close to my eyes. So it was on my eyelids. And that's the really scary part about it, was I was scared it would go into my eyes because it can cause blindness. So the first few times I had it really severely was on top of my eyelids, and I was afraid that it would go in, but thankfully it was okay. I would go to the eye doctor right after to check up and make sure everything was okay. They told me that as long as there was no blurred vision and that there were no other symptoms in my eyes, that everything was okay. But thankfully, I'm so thankful that they said that my eyes looked clear. So I am very, very appreciative of that. Other times, herpeticum might even come with fever and chills, or even swollen lymph nodes, or just a general feeling of not feeling well overall. So those are just some symptoms to look out for. So what are some ways to treat eczema herpeticum? So I'll share the conventional way. The conventional way is that doctors usually prescribe antivirals. They might even give you antibiotics if there's a secondary bacterial infection. Another option that they might even give are topicals. So they might give topical antivirals and topical antibiotics as well. So those are some options too. Personally, my doctor gave me oral antivirals, and it was Aclivor, and they also gave me topical antivirals and topical antibiotics too. And because this is just my experience and not medical, it's not medical advice at all, but the first time I got it was during pregnancy. And so it was a really scary time, and I was really careful about what I put in my body. So I actually didn't take the antivirals the first time. I only used the topical part of it. And when I had started to see, by the time I had seen the dermatologist, the herpeticum had gotten a lot better already. So they wanted me to take the Aclivor and the antivirals to make sure that it wouldn't go in my eye. And I was just afraid of what the side effects would be for myself and my baby, especially because I've had a history of flaring up really, really badly to antibiotics and medications in general, and the flare becomes really debilitating and painful. So I was trying to avoid that as well. So I only ended up using the topical antiviral and topical antibiotics. And I found that my skin started to heal and get better. So those are what I used. And I also started to look into and use natural remedies as well, which I'll go into and share about. But those are typically the conventional treatments. The only thing I'm worried about, that I was worried about antivirals, was that kind of like antibiotics, I was afraid of becoming dependent on it and having to use it on repeatedly. And because of the side effects I've had before that I shared about, I was worried that the antivirals would also have side effects on my skin and my body as well. So I stuck to the topical treatments, and then I added in the natural remedies as well to help support my body. I also want to mention that as your skin starts to heal from the crusts and the blisters, it really starts to crust up, and then it gets dry and flaky, and then it starts to fall off for the blisters on your face. I remember that I had so much scarring at first when the blisters came off, and I remember telling my husband that I looked like a monster, and I felt so bad for him because he kept putting the topicals for me on my face. I remember one time I had to host I was a bridesmaid for someone, and I had to host their bridal shower in my house, and I was so afraid to go down and see everyone. I didn't even see anyone because my face just looked like it reminded me of a monster. And I know that it was a really hard time, and it definitely caused me a lot of embarrassment and insecurities. And I'm thankful, though. I just want to share that as my skin has gotten better, the herpeticum has never been as severe as the first time. And because my skin healed significantly, the herpeticum is so much less than what it has been before. Now, if I get it, it'll happen if I have lack of sleep or if I'm under a lot of stress, but it'll only be very tiny clusters, like maybe 1 or 2 tiny clusters here. But I remember the first time I got it, it was all over my face and then some on my neck. And then as time went on, it would just reduce in severity. It would reduce in size. And now at this point, like I mentioned, it's thankfully hasn't been on my eyelids again. And then it's usually somewhere either on my face or just a tiny bit on my neck, but not much at all. It usually goes away on its own. And thankfully, the herpeticum does go away on its own within 1 to 2 weeks. Usually, if it's really severe or if it needs extra healing, it can take a bit longer as well. But it generally takes around that time for it to form and then for it to heal. So I also want to share the natural remedies that I have used as well. So number 1, you want to be able to boost your immune system naturally. And that can be through nutrient intake. That can be through eating foods rich in L-lysine. So it's basically an amino acid that can help to prevent the replication of the herpes virus. So that's usually found in things like legumes, fish, turkey, chicken, even vegetables. You also want to increase the amount of anti-inflammatory vegetables that you're eating. Eat as many colors of the rainbow as possible, especially foods that are orange and red, because they contain bioflavonoids and vitamin C as well to help boost your immune system. Also, clean, lean protein, preferably organic if possible, or even grass-fed. The protein really helps your body with healing and the healing process. If you're vegan, you can look for clean vegan sources of protein as well. The protein really helps with healing. Another thing is avoiding inflammatory foods like I shared about. So avoiding foods like sugar, processed food, junk foods, fried foods, making sure you get as much sleep, reduce stress as much, and try to take that time to rest. I thought that I would be okay and that I could go back to work quickly, but I wasn't able to go back to work because of the way I looked, and it just scared me about what I was going through, and it scared others as well. You'll also want to avoid foods that are rich in L-arginine. So it's an amino acid that can actually stimulate the production and replication of the herpes virus. So some of the foods high in L-arginine are foods like nuts, almonds, dairy products, cheese, liver and organ meats, and pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, coconut meat, Brazil nuts. So those are just a few of the foods. You'll also want to decrease foods like chocolate, gluten as well, and wheat, especially dairy that I mentioned about. So these are just a few of the foods to avoid. Now let's move on to the natural supplements that you can use during this time. So here are some supplements that can help your skin as well. And just to reiterate that this is not meant to be medical advice, but please check with your practitioner to make sure that these supplements are suitable for you and that your skin will be okay with it as well. So this is personally what I have taken and researched to be helpful. So first of all, this is L-lysine. So L-lysine has been shown to have properties that stop the replication of the herpes simplex virus. And there's also a cold sore cream also with L-lysine in it. Sorry, upside down. And this is basically L-lysine and some zinc oxide and an oil in it as well. So I usually put it on my face if I do have the virus on my face. And yeah, I've been using it for a while now. Another thing that can be really helpful is vitamin D. So vitamin D, but also vitamin C. So any of the immune boosting supplements, or maybe you might even want like a tincture or a supplement combination where it actually boosts your immune system. So Deep Immune is a popular one, or there's even some capsule ones as well that might taste better, but the purpose is to boost your immune system. And zinc is a popular one too. It can be taken separately, or you can find it within a combination of immune boosting supplements. Probiotics are really important to take. So there's different ones like HMF Forte I've taken in the past, or Skin Essa, which is really great as well. So Skin Essa has been actually shown in clinical studies to help the skin improve and heal. So I did 2 podcasts on this, which you can check out. I have a $5 coupon as well in the description. And omega-3 fish oils can be very helpful. Omega-3 supplements help to nourish the skin, but also to bring down the inflammation. Another one is B vitamins. So B vitamins can really help with helping you to cope through stress and helping to prevent an outbreak as well. So the supplement focus here, a lot of them is to help boost your immune system, reduce stress, but there's also topicals that you can use as well. Like I've shared, there's the zinc oxide that you can put on topically. A lot of my clients like using this. This is the Badger sunscreen. This is zinc oxide is the main ingredient, but you can also find in diaper rash creams. Or this is a sunscreen, but we use it, myself and my clients use it for the purpose of skin healing, because it does have the properties of repairing your skin. And it's the cleanest one I've found so far. So that's why I like it in that form. Also, my Hope Conquer Balm. So I'm not sure if you can see this properly, but this is a new packaging for my Hope Conquer Balm. So this one has a combination of different antibacterial ingredients in it and nourishing ingredients. I personally use it for my skin and my face as well. And it even contains tea tree oil and aloe vera, which is really soothing. It contains tea tree oil, which also has antibacterial and antiviral properties as well. And that's why I really like using it while I'm healing. And so it also has neem oil in it too, which also has really helpful properties in it. So that one you can check out in my store if you're interested in finding out more information about it. But yeah, so these are the main supplements that can be very helpful that I have taken in the past before. I might not always take all of them, but I'll take the most important ones. And be sure to check with your practitioner on which is most suitable for you or what you can take as well, because all our bodies are different. We respond differently to each supplement. So I hope that information helps you. And don't forget, if you want us to help you with your skin and to help bring down the inflammation in general and to help decrease your outbreaks, we want to help you help your skin from the inside out. So that's taking a root cause approach and helping you get from A to Z, where we actually guide you step by step to help your skin heal from the inside out. So if you're interested in that, you can check out my 12-week coaching program. It's personalized for you. It's customized. You get 2 coaches, myself and another practitioner who's been doing this for years. And we just love helping people like you to get through this and to see healing happen as well. So you can check that out in the link in my description, or either at eczemaconquerors.com and head to the coaching page. I hope all of this information was really helpful for you, and feel free to reach out to us on Instagram or Facebook or email at Eczema Conquerors, and we'd be happy to help you. Thank you for watching.